Well, this week is going to have a lot of emotions. We are going to feel it. So let's find out a little bit more about that. It's time for the Astrologically Intuitive Words of the Week. Thank you for being here. I'm Felicity Fletcher. I'm an avid reader, a hopeful author, a practicing witch and astrologer. And I love bringing these astrologically intuitive words of the week and talking a little bit about the astrology. Let's get into it. So this week is covering Sunday, November 2nd through Saturday, November 8th. And we're going to be dealing with a whole lot of emotions. Let's find out what's going on. So starting on Sunday the 2nd, we have the moon moving into Aries. When the moon's in Aries, it's our fresh start. We tend to feel very courageous. There's a lot of we're very spontaneous about things. We're ready to go, we're ready to move, and we have the motivation to get it done. At the same time, Venus will square Jupiter. This is an energy where we really can't do too much work. We tend to be optimistic and social, but there's a lot of temptation and we don't get a lot of stuff done. It's really easy during this time to overspend, to overindulge. It's a fine line that is very hard to find for enjoying, but not too much. This is going to be a day that's just really active. People are going to be ready to go. They're going to be ready to do things. And people are going to be very energetic. That is why the word of the day for Sunday the 2nd is energetic. Then on Monday the 3rd, we have Mars trining Neptune. This is a time of creativity. This is a time that's very compassionate, that's very spiritual. We're going to really engage. We're going to engage with our creative side. We're going to engage with our spiritual community. And it's a time that we tend to have a lot of empathy as well. So this is going to be a time that we stand up for others, and we're also going to be seeing other people doing that as well. I do think that it is very interesting to see a lot of the community efforts that are going on right now in the United States, especially dealing with SNAP benefits, with people that are going to be losing access to food. And I think this is really going to help get people through that time. I think it's important for us to stand up ourselves, to stand up and follow what we are passionate about. And this is the time to get involved. And that is why I picked the word of the week for Monday the 3rd as involved. And yeah, this can be that empathetic community involvement. It can be getting involved in a creative project, getting involved in your spiritual community. Just get involved. Then on Tuesday the 4th, Mars moves into Sagittarius. When Mars is in Sagittarius, just don't even try to follow your routine. Mars in Sagittarius absolutely hates routines. This is a time that's very restless. This is a time where people are ready to go out and seek adventure. This is a good time to step up to challenges. Mars is ready to get it done. Sagittarius is ready to get it done. It's a time to really step up. Face what you're feeling. Face what's going on. Let's do this. We also have the moon moving into Taurus, which brings us down to earth a little bit. Taurus moon is all about peace, comfort, relaxing. This is a very stubborn energy. Both Mars in Sagittarius and the moon in Taurus is very stubborn. We're not listening to anybody. When you're dealing with other people, they're not listening to you. I'm sorry. That's just the cold hard truth of this energy. But you're also not listening to them, so it kind of works out. Right after Mars moves into Sagittarius, it's going to be opposite Uranus. This is a time of a lot of outbursts, a lot of impulsiveness, a lot of frustration. This is people that don't understand what's going on, that are just losing it. These are people crashing out, as the youth say nowadays. We tend to get really irritated and just really irritable by trying to stick in routine. There's no point in even trying on Tuesday. Whatever you normally do on Tuesday, just throw it out the window and just let it happen. This is going to be a time that's very disruptive. You're not even going to be able to stick to your routine because there's going to be things that are constantly coming up. There's going to be interruptions. There's going to be just outbursts. People are going to be angry and they're going to be taking it out on each other. We need to have a lot of patience in this energy, and we need to have a lot of forethought. We need to really kind of go into things understanding that the energy is in our face, that the energy is rough, it's stubborn, And people are going to be very brash during this time. That's why that is the word of the day. Just expect that brashness from people. Just they're in your face. They're not really thinking about what they say. It's just all coming out. And we just have to be patient through it and patient with ourselves as well. Then on Wednesday, the 5th, we have the full moon in Taurus. Full moon in Taurus. I can say words today. This is a very emotional time. This is going to be a full moon that's all about seeking emotional fulfillment. This is going to be a time the full moon comes in and it lights up everything. If you live somewhere where you're really affected by the moon cycles in terms of how it lights your space or your neighborhood, if you live in an area that doesn't have street lights, when the full moon comes out, you can walk in the middle of the night regardless of where you're going. You can walk safely. You're not about to go run into a cactus like you would in my yard. And that is the same thing that the full moon does in our lives. It illuminates. It shows us what is there and what is dangerous to us and what we need to get rid of or what is helping us on our path. And specifically, this full moon is about our emotional fulfillment, how our emotions affect us. We see this earlier in the week where people's emotions are going to be all over the place. They're going to be really excited to work with people, and then the next day it's just in each other's faces. This is a time that we can kind of figure out how to control those emotions, where we can learn to follow our passions while also taking care of ourselves. This is a time that we do need to think about our own comfort and our own needs and how we take care of ourselves. This is a good time to prepare, get grounded, and release that which doesn't serve you. When the full moon is here, it is illuminating the blocks in your path and giving you the opportunity to get rid of them. So whatever you don't need, whatever emotions aren't serving you, if it's a jealousness or if it's fear or if it's anxiety, release it. Find a way to get rid of those emotions. This is a time that we really need to think about the ground underneath us. This is the time where our emotions are that ground. So when we are creating a foundation that we can stand on, that provides us with some steadiness, that is our goal. That's where we're going. And that's why the word of the day is steadiness. Think about what holds you steady. Think about what foundation you are building yourself on and grow from there. Then on Thursday the 6th, the moon is moving into Gemini. It brings with it this very light, breezy, curious energy. It's a time that things don't really stick, but it's fun to kind of just see where it takes you. We also have Venus moving into Scorpio, which brings up a lot of very deep feelings. This tends to bring out the extreme and intense side of relationships. Relationships tend to be very all-consuming during this time, and it's just a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot of emotions. It's a lot of how we feel. It's a lot for how we interact with each other. And it's really important while Venus is in Scorpio to seek out that which engages us. Scorpio is all about the depths. It's about what really matters to us. It's about who we are deep down inside. And so this is a time to follow the passion of Venus, to follow the love of Venus and see what really engages you as a whole. What engages every single part of you and what makes you excited. We also have Mars sextile in Pluto, which is an absolutely insane energy. This is an energy that is going to overwhelm us. It is going to feel like a blanket totally consuming us. It does bring with it a lot of motivation, a lot of determination. This is the time to figure out what your most complex problems are and solve them. This is the time to dig deep. This is the time to figure out things as a whole from the entirety of it. This is a time to tackle things, get it done, This is the time to use that energy. And this energy is a physical energy. This energy is an emotional energy. It's a mental energy. This is an energy to get out and get it done. This is very intense. Everything we talked about on Thursday is intense. Even the Gemini moon, like, yes, it's light, it's breezy, it's woo. It's still intense. It's an intense feeling of weightlessness, of not being grounded. Then on Friday the 7th, Uranus is retrograding back into Taurus. I don't talk too much about this kind of stuff. I don't go into too many details, but I do think that it's important to recognize things that happened the last time that Uranus was in Taurus, to talk about the cycle of Uranus. So this is the last time it's going to be in Taurus. This is the final chance. This is the final lesson, especially while it's still retrograding. This is a lesson. This is bringing up themes that started back in 2018. So it is really good to acknowledge ways that your life has changed since 2018, but specifically look at how your life got disrupted, because Uranus is a very disruptive planet. So how has your life been disrupted since 2018, specifically in terms of stability and finances? What has changed? Where are you at now that you weren't there before? Is there stability that came into your life? Is there stability that you lost? Probably both. And this is that final lesson to kind of figure out how that disruption changed you. What did you learn from it? How did you grow from it? How have you found ways to provide stability for yourself? How have you found ways to change your finances? Are there any more lessons or changes you need to make? Also on Friday, we have Venus square Pluto. This is a very, very difficult energy. It brings with it a lot of issues around power and control. It brings with it a lot of jealousy, a lot of intense feelings of insecurity, of threats. This is an energy that usually brings with it threats. This is an energy that really pushes us out of our comfort zone to an extreme degree, because it makes us confront all of those really tough feelings, all those feelings of insecurity, all those feelings of control or lack of control, and it makes us confront those. This is a time that is full of tension. This is a time that is very difficult. This is a time that it's rough. So Friday the 7th, the word is tension. And I picked that word because I want it to be a reminder to us that the tension will leave. It is going to be a difficult day. It's going to be a day of lessons, of just really overwhelming energy, of insecurity, of jealousness. It's going to be an energy that just makes us feel out of control, and this tension is going to be overwhelming, but it ends. And it already starts on Saturday the 8th, when the only energy that we have is the moon moving into Cancer, which is us coming home. It's us finding our sense of home. It's us finding peace. It's us finding quiet. And the word of the day on Saturday is healing, because this is the first step we can take to healing from working through those emotions that we felt all week and being able to do something with it. So this week has a lot of emotions. It has a lot of up and downs. It has a lot of intensity. It has a lot of us having to really confront things. But we can make it through. We have our astrologically intuitive words of the week, which will help us out. So go ahead and take a moment, pause if you need to. Let's go ahead and run through those words. This is a good time to write them down. You ready? All right, on Sunday the 2nd, the word is energetic. On Monday the 3rd, the word is involved. On Tuesday the 4th, the word is brash. On Wednesday the 5th, the word is steadiness. On Thursday the 6th, the word is intense. On Friday the 7th, the word is tension. And on Saturday the 8th, the word is healing. I had some issues pronouncing words today, but that's okay. I'm doing my best each week, and all I ask is that you come back next week and I'll have more words for you. If you want to support, you can also like, subscribe, comment, share. But again, I just want to see you next week. Bye.